Next up at UFC Vegas 75, we have Jimmy Flick taking on Alessandro Costa. Jimmy Flick 16-6 overall. Oh shit, I fucked my notes up for this one again.
Oh my God, he can't even remember nothing. Let's see if he can do it off the dome. Let's see what he's got. This is a big moment here, people. By the way, I don't have nothing for. I never have. Everything I say is off the top of the dome. I just whatever comes. I listen to my heart. Everything. Let's see what Angel's got here.
What I'm doing is I'm just on We1Picks. I'm on We1Picks.com right now, and I'm just using the raw notes.
Oh my God, he found the backup notes.
Well, so I have a spreadsheet of every fight I've ever broken down, my thoughts while watching the fight live, the notes, all of that, and I do it before they set the bout order. Then they set the bout order.
You don't even want to try to just freeball it?
Shut up. So then I do it when they set the bout order, and I copy paste a little too much. Anyway.
Let's just try freeball, man.
Next up at UFC Vegas 75, we got Jimmy Flick taking on Alessandro Costa. Jimmy Flick 16-6 overall taking on Alessandro Costa 12-3 overall. Jimmy Flick,
Are you trying right now?
I am not. Jimmy Flick came back after a couple of years away. He retired from MMA for years because it was like a strained relationship with his father or something to that effect. So he left. He came back and he just got absolutely put out by Charles Johnson. But he is a grappler. He takes risks to get submissions. He's got solid takedowns. He averages a little more than 2 per fight. His striking is stiff. He does have a negative striking differential, but he uses it well to set up takedowns. And I mentioned he's coming off that loss to Charles Johnson. That was after a few years away, 2, I believe. In that fight, on his feet, he didn't really have much to offer. You'll see that he got a takedown, but it was like an instant reversal. I'm surprised that even counted as a takedown on the scorecards. He's taking on Alessandro Costa. Alessandro Costa is a solid striker. He's got pretty good takedown defense himself. His striking style is just a high, tight guard, but he is very patient. He's going to wait. He's going to find his spots. When he finally takes his hands off his face and throws, he does it with 100% intent, and he does a really nice job of just working in small combinations. He'll leap in with a left to the body and then a right to the head. He's got insane power. He can be a little low volume, though. He's coming off that stoppage loss to Amir Albazi. But if you remember, that was a short notice call-up, and it did go quite a bit. I think Costa wins this fight. He's sitting at almost 3-1 favorite here. The line sort of took off on him. If Jimmy Flick looks like he did in his last fight, then Costa should be a much larger favorite than he already is. Both of them are coming off of stoppage losses, but they were very different losses. Jimmy Flick was on his back, didn't have much to offer. Alessandro Costa was fighting. Short notice call-up, was out there against one of the top guys in the division who we just saw earn himself a title shot, controversial or not. So I think Alessandro Costa can absolutely dominate the striking, work in takedown defense, and win this fight. So he is going to be the pick. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, Jimmy Flick, I'll give him, respect where respect is due. If it goes to the ground, he's always going to be alive. Off his back, especially on top. If he gets on your back, he's always going to be live in those fights. But there was nothing in that Charles Johnson fight that looked like he wanted to be there. I mean, as soon as he was getting hit, it was like, oh no. And they kind of mentioned that in the broadcast. I think it was Felder, maybe Cruz as well, that it seemed like it was like if you have not been in the training room getting hit, you have to condition your body to be getting hit. And some of those body shots and then the head shots, it was like this guy has not been hit in a while. He did not react very favorable to getting hit, and as soon as he was getting hit a lot, he just kind of folded in that fight. And coming off the retirement and the layoff and everything, it seems to me like he's coming in, he's collecting his check, finishing off his contract, doing what he needs to do. Maybe he'll be a free agent after that. He can do what he needs to do. But Costa should have no issues in this fight. Obviously, if he goes to the ground, Flick's going to be live, but I mean, the breakdown is simple. Jimmy Flick didn't seem like he was interested in anything in that last fight. Maybe he proves us wrong. Maybe he shows up, surprises us, but it's going to have to be on the ground to get it done, and I don't think he has ways to get to the ground. And even if he does, Costa seems knowledgeable enough to stay safe enough to finish out rounds or get back to his feet and really punish Flick. So not much of a breakdown here until Jimmy Flick proves that he was who he used to be. I'm not picking him.
Yeah, it'll be, I agree with you. It's a very short turnaround as well for Flick. I mean, that fight with Charles Johnson wasn't too long ago. Didn't have
those
too
checks,
much.
Just keep those checks rolling in, baby.
Didn't have too much to offer, but like I said, maybe he just needed to knock those cobwebs off, got it out of his system, and now we're good to go. But I'm still on the Costa side. $9,400 is a lot of money to spend, but again, if this is anything like the last fight, then that may be worth it. There's a couple super expensive fighters on this card. He's probably one of the better ones, and I assume you agree with that statement.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna have Bleda, and I'm gonna have Armin in my lineup.
Wow, and then just 3 empty slots.
And I'm gonna fucking dominate.
Okay. Congratulations. If you want to see all of our picks, our bets, the DraftKings optimizer, the detailed data and metrics, we have multiple spreadsheets loaded with data and metrics, and they're interactive. You can sort, you can do all the bullshit that you do with a spreadsheet and find your own spots, look at the data. Essentially, you can do your research on the website. WeWantPicks.com, only $10 a month. And actually, this comment from Dave Brune, he said, just popping in to say thanks for premium hits last week and going to watch this show tomorrow. Thanks, Dave. Dave did one of the coolest. He's an OG, man. He's been a supporter for a long time. He's a real one. He tagged me on Twitter because I guess somebody that he follows on Twitter breaks down fights, gives picks and bets and stuff like that. And that person said, I'm starting my own premium. I'm heading over to, it wasn't Patreon, it was something else, for $12.95. And Dave was like, respectfully, love the stuff, but I can't justify spending $12 on you when I get that and 100 times more from We Want Picks.
When you get all this, baby.
So he was like, good luck to you. Appreciate it. It was the most respectful way to tell that guy.
Throw it up. Come on.
Good luck, but no thanks.
Give the people what they want.
I think I've already done it. But then also a nice tag and shout out for us. So Dave's just a true gentleman, especially in Twitter. Those are hard to come by. Joel Cook talking about a guy charges $50 a month. There was a guy trolling us this past weekend charging $150 a month. It's insane what happens out there. That's honestly the reason that we have well over 2,000 members is because we're at the $10 price point, not playing these games. $2 super chat from Matt R. Jake, you got lucky on that lock of the week. My lock of the week was Due Bronx. So I guess Jake is Matt smarter than you, and I should replace you with Matt is the theme of this.
Get him on.
All right. Matty boy, let me know when you want your spot. Let's go ahead and move on